think a lot of times we really don't understand like wealth in this country, right? So we have people that have money. We have high income earners as black people. We even got black people who have a high net worth at this point. We've made progress, right? I'm not gonna say we haven't made any progress, but in the grand scheme of things, have we really made progress, right? Wealth as a people, we don't really have any. Let's be honest, yo. And that information that Tweet Talkers gave us is crazy. So blacks as a whole, 324. This dude who's already been a disgrace, like that's crazy. But peep this though. I said it on a webinar earlier this week, and it was about a couple things, but it was about black wealth as it pertains to like the value of real estate, over the years. And one of the things that was said, and it was showing the data about this, it says that if you are upper middle class as a white person, just based upon time, right? The time and the resources that you have, it's almost impossible. You can do everything wrong and you still won't fall from an income or wealth standpoint to where the average black person is starting because of just time, literal time that has been allowed to happen within the real estate market, because there are families and people that own land, and they've owned land before we were able to legally buy land. So over the years, that stuff starts to accumulate. And this is why they have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews that are able to go out and raise capital, try things, because they got a real nice cushion to fall on. You know what I mean? Like they have a real cushion to fall on.
If the idea don't work, they still going back to their cushy life.
Exactly. Like when you start looking at what real wealth looks like, we have a long way to go. I don't care what your Twitter timeline or your IG timeline telling you.
I don't care how many jets these boys getting into.
We got a long way to go.
They ain't on that level.
Yeah, we got a long.
What's crazy is some of them got more money than these other families, but these families have learned how to cultivate wealth over generations. So no matter how much money you got, if you can't do what they did, which is cultivate that over generations, you're not on their level.
But not just that though. What comes with is not just capital, right? That's why I use the word resource.
No, they got human capital too. They got other people. They got the thing that you got money. They got human capital. They could do stuff that you can't even imagine. You can't even think about doing it because you don't have the human capital that they do.
Listen,
they know other rich people.
We don't listen. Someone just said it right here. Boom. We don't own and control resources
at all. None.
And what you said, Corey, is true. Is the understanding of human capital, right? Even if you have someone in your family that has $5 million, that's not as powerful as a family that got 10 people who have $1 million, right? You got more money than all of them, but combine their resources, and not just that, the human capital piece of it. They could pick up a phone, make a phone call, and have something happen. You might have a couple $1 million, but you can't pick up the phone and get something to happen.
You can't get a VC deal for $350. You got $100 million. It's Jay-Z right now got $1 billion. He can't just pick up a phone and get $350 from somebody.
He might, but I'm just saying. But I'm saying, no, even if he can, he's
Jay-Z.
I'm just saying. I'm not
picking up no phone and getting $350 million. Nobody.
Listen, man,
nobody in the world is going to walk in and hand him $350 million for nothing.
We might have to agree to disagree, because what I know is he got stands out there. He might be able to raise that just by all the people swinging.
I'm talking about, I guess,
social media. What I'm saying is, even if he can, he's one person. They have families, like literal families.
Yeah.
Like, and that human capital piece is something else, right? This is why owning land and resources. Shout to Big Fleck Dex who just said that. Like, that's why owning the resources is so important, because you get to control the politics. Politics is a part of all of this. All right, let me go back to the comments. So many $1 billion funds in America, blah, blah, blah. The 20-year-old dude, they do that for real. It's a DJ Evian Caesar. His uncle was previously CMO at another public company and just gave him capital to execute a trade in his nephew's name. Oh, that was all capped in. Headline looked crazy though. Oh, so he was scamming. I got it. Hey, but look though, I'm all about the nepotism life. He got it just like the dudes who got the school and the museum to the 10th power, 6F nepotism. I'm all about nepotism. We need to practice nepotism more in our community.
Yeah, right. We got to get better at it.
There's an old article about the 5 New York real estate flames that you guys would like, the Trump's left racks. Yeah, I have read something about that before. I don't know if it was a book or an article, but the article I read who was talking about that was saying that if you go back years and years, New York real estate is a little bit different than like other places because they have these land leases. Like there's families that literally bought the land at a time when we couldn't buy land. And now, if you look at some of those big buildings, there are families that own the land and they give people like 50 and 100-year land leases where they literally don't have to take care of anything because the people that construct the properties on the land are responsible for the taxes. They're responsible for the upkeep. All the family has is the land and have been sitting on said land forever and get paid forever. Yeah, man. I see we go back to these comments. Jay got a sellout cap. His peers get that 350, but that's another story. True definition of your network is your net worth. Adam raised 350 from one company. That's crazy. They built a lot of the projects. That's crazy. When your family is connected, you can get gifted a few million easily. Yeah, man. Dude is just that. I mean, listen, it's one thing to be a great fundraiser, but it's also you got a little privilege with that too. It ain't just because he's a great fundraiser. I don't care how good a fundraiser he is.